Alrighty, and hello everybody, and welcome back to another Fig review. Yay, yippee! Wow guys, it's been a really long time since I've recorded anything, like just on my phone for a figure. I don't even know how many months it's been, but I've been busy with pregnancy. Baby, as of right now, is of me recording this, is like T-minus 4 days. You know, it's been a lot because there's lots of things to do around the house to prepare for the baby. But, you know, I might not be streaming as much, so I gotta start opening some of these figures that I do have. And I wanted to open Laios, of course. And since I tend to focus on my special interests, I figured Laios would be a lot of fun to open and review because I love Dungeon Meshi. Because I'm not able to go to cons, I've just been buying stuff online. Obviously, this is a figure, I was gonna get it anyways, but you know, I got like my Senshi in the back, and I got a Chilchuck over here. I got things just everywhere in my house right now that are Dungeon Meshi themed, that are just sitting in arm's length right now. This fantastic cup that I had a friend make for me that says Senshi is my waifu. Nice sparkly cup. It's on my mind because I really like the manga, and so I of course really like the anime, so I'm really glad that there's merch that's coming out for it as well. Whenever this does come out, I will have baby out in the world, so I will probably be busy. So hopefully I get this video up in a semi-timely manner, but we'll see. Anyways, let's look at the outside of his box. It's a pretty standard Nendoroid box with sizing and everything like that. I do like, though, you might notice there is some like cute ornate designs that they have added on to this, which I do think kind of adds like a little special flair to it. I do like when Good Smile tends to make a little bit more fancy boxes instead of just all like the plain white. There's a side, back, and other side, top and bottom. So not super fancy here. There's a couple like little you can see here, it's purposeful scuff marks where it looks like it's like aged. So that's kind of cool that they kind of went again with, you know, that kind of medieval dungeon parchment vibe. Anyways, let's get them out of the box because Nendoroids are meant to be released into the wild. Top of the Nendoroid box. Got the loved them advertisements, baby. Ooh, and his backing seems to be decorated too. Before we look at him, yay, instructions. But yeah, he has a like dungeon themed background. I wouldn't be surprised if they do this for the rest of them, because I do have Marcille on the way. A nice dungeon brick background, which is, again, just fun to see. But here is the clam shell. Pretty standard. He's got everything all on one tray, minus his base and like the extra neck peg here. So he doesn't come with a whole lot, but I think the things he does come with are very impactful, at least from what they showed in the pictures. But let's actually take a look at all the stuff he comes with. Alrighty, so that is everything just splayed out. We of course first got lovely Laios himself, all wrapped up nice and safely. Let's see, we got bubble wrap on the back of the head, eye, face, hair protector, neck protector. Oh my gosh, he's got a lot. So both of his shoulder pads have a little bit of protection and a little belt protector. So a lot of little pieces here, but he does have a lot of armor. He's a kind of stocky built guy too, so I have a feeling, you know, he looks a little bit thicker for an Nendoroid. But there he is. He is now free. Look at him. Yippee! Now his standard face, I will say, is a little bit plain, but I mean, it's a neutral face. I think it could look good in certain applications. I just don't know if it's like the best expression for Laios. I mean, he can get really serious from time to time, so I guess if you have to have a serious face, having it kind of also be his neutral face kind of works, but I don't know, that's just me. He's got his nice little hair. Wow, wow, wow. I think they did a pretty good job of shaping his hair. His armor, which I will say, I kind of wish they made it a silver instead of a flat gray. Like, this is like the most basic plain gray you could possibly get. I think silver would have been a little bit more interesting, but you know, that's just me being a little bit picky. These do move a little bit, so that way he doesn't get too stuck in his poses. There's still not much you can have him, like he can't have his arms out. This is not fully articulate either. These are Nendoroid joints where they're just little pegs and you kind of rotate them around. He does have where you can rotate his arm, and of course his fists can go full 360 as well. Again, you can't really put his arms all the way up or all the way back because of the shoulder pads either, so there is some limitations because of that. But he doesn't really make big movements all the time, so, you know. Little belt, little skirt, little chainmail skirt. Pretty simple patterning on the skirt, but again, he's so small there. I think anything more complicated might have been a little bit too much. His little armbands with the little belts as well. His legs with the knee pads. He's got pretty stiff, again, articulation here. You can move it, kind of rotate them around, but you cannot rotate his feet, which is a little bit odd. Usually the boots would be separate for someone like this, because there's a clear line that they could have had a separation. Not really sure why they... Oh, Laios! Not really sure why they didn't do that. Sorry, Laios. I didn't mean to drop you, buddy. You can rotate his little waist. But yeah, there he is. Not anything too complex. So let's see. I want to, of course, get him in a different pose with a different face. Which I might work through as I go through things here. I don't know if we'll see... Oh my gosh, keep dropping stuff, guys. It's the pregnancy, guys. That's just blame it on that. But let's see. We have the faces. This is his crazy I love food and eating and let me explain my hyperfixations to you face. A fantastic face to include for Laios. And then he also has like a kind of more relaxed... what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of calm. That's not the word I was looking for, but resigned, you know, zen kind of face almost. Especially with how crazy Dungeon Meshi can be. I don't know if these are the top 3 faces I would pick. This one for sure, I think I would have picked for him, but I don't know, this one, I guess it's him enjoying food, or maybe in the example they show him over explaining, you know, mansplaining monsters over here. So I guess it's not terrible, but maybe I'm just, you know, I just think there's so many good faces in Dungeon Meshi, maybe more silly ones, I feel like a lot of people would have wanted. He does come with a walking mushroom. You gotta have at least one character come with it. So I think this is a great accessory to have, especially because this is kind of like a little icon for the show as well. Now, one thing I'm noticing, I see a lot of like marks and dust on some of these pieces. Like obviously I just scraped that off of the mushroom, and then I also had one on this eyebrow here. I didn't really bring attention to it because that's kind of standard, but this is the second one I saw, and that was a pretty big piece of like debris. Not very common for Nendoroids. Like you might get like 1 or 2 like little things, but that was a bit large. Hopefully that's not a trend. I mention it just because I saw it, so if you happen to see it, you're not alone. Let's go boring to most interesting. So yippee woohoo, a bent knee. Nothing crazy here. In case you want to do like a sort of small action pose. He does have 2 arms to be a little bit bent. That way he can actually put his arms kind of, well, you know, they're bent. They're not just straight stick arms. As well as with a pointer finger on this hand, which is great. Him doing the know-it-all, like, actually. And then there's a holding hand on this one. He has little chopsticks to eat with. Very perfect. We need to have him with food utensils because he, of course, also comes with a little hot pot bowl to eat from. which is, you know, again, it's a necessity. You need it for Dungeon Meshi. You gotta have people eating. And as well, this is another bent arm. It's probably at a slightly different angle than this arm, which is, these are the right arms. Well, our right. But you can see there's a slightly different angle for those arm pieces there. So, and then last, but certainly not least, we have Kensuke. And not only do we have Kensuke, but we have Kensuke sheathed, so he can always be with Laios on his back in case you want Laios eating. But then if you want to have a cooler pose, you also have Kensuke unsheathed. Ah! How do I keep dropping him? As well, too, I think this is nice. It is very small, but it looks like they did put the small lion head detail. It's not super in depth, but that does look to be the lion head shape versus just the generic shape that I think he starts with. So that's kind of nice. Anyways, that's all the accessories and fun stuff. Well, I definitely want to have Laios with this face. And I feel like I want to have him eating because I think as I get all the rest of the characters, I think they can all eat together. Now, I do already have my sitting Laios figure that I got from Furyu, where he's already sitting and eating. So maybe I should do something different with the Nendoroid for now, just so it's a little different, because otherwise it would be the exact same thing. Because he'd be eating the same food with the same facial expression. Yeah, maybe I should mix it up a little bit. Well, I do think this face, it's just too good not to use. This is just such a good face. Because I feel like this perfectly encapsulates Laios as the character. Well, the other two, again, they're not bad faces. They're just not really my preference. And my plan is, I think I want to have him, like looking like he's going to attack the walking mushroom. Because the mushroom, I think, is a really cute accessory to have out. So, and even though I like the food eating one, again, it's just so similar to what I already have out. I won't really want to do that until I have, like, maybe the whole crew. Since they have announced the whole crew for the Nendoroids. Thank goodness. There's not enough Chilchuck and Senshi merch. There's really only been a crap ton of Marseille, a few Laios, and then there's been like some Itazumi, some Falling. So I think I gotta have him eat eventually, but we're gonna wait for now. We're gonna wait. Anyways, I probably won't be yapping this whole time, at least not anything interesting. So it's time for speed run. And really quick before we do get to the final thoughts, some things I want to just point out. If you do have the walking mushroom and you're posing him, he has a tiny little stand that just goes right up the pee hole. And then I mentioned earlier, I think by accident, that Kensuke, when he's sheathed, would go on his back. I'm so used to, I have my Link Nendoroid, I just assume it would go on the back, but that's not even true for Link, really. I think it kind of goes like here. You would attach Kensuke here. Pretty easy to figure out, but just so you know. Anyways, going on to final thoughts. Alright, and this is Esthon from the current time. This is post-baby 5 months, y'all. So I recorded everything that you saw earlier before baby, and then after baby I realized that I just didn't record this, or the video got deleted. I don't know. So here is, I guess, my final thoughts on Laios for whatever I can remember. It's, 5 months later, he's just been sitting on my shelf being cute. So, coming back 5 months and finding that something wasn't recorded is very strange. Like, I barely come into this room now. Anyways, he's still a good Nendoroid. I think I had some qualms. Like, I think I would have preferred a shinier armor. I think he could have had a little bit better faces. I don't think the faces were necessarily bad, but like definitely could have used one or two more that were just like a little bit more crazy Laios, because that's what he is. now that I've recorded this and it's 5 months later, I now have all the other Nendoroids as well. So I will be making a video for those too. And then we'll have like all the guys together. But you know, it's a slower process now that I'm working on baby schedule. I still think that this face is awesome. And then of course, like his little noodle accessories, or not noodles, but like, I guess it was noodles, ramen. His food accessory was really cute. It's just I already have a Laios on my shelf that's displayed that way, so I'd just rather have like 2 different Laioses, you know? Probably since I do have all the Nendoroids now though, I may actually change him back to the food pose, just so they can all eat together, because they come with stuff to all eat together, and that's just really cute. So I know I'm not posting as often now. It feels a little weird to do this. I hopefully will get to like edit this and get this all together. I'm in a weird editing spot too, because I finally had to like make the decision to not pay Adobe, which, you know, honestly I should have done a while ago. So now I have to relearn a new program. I'm trying to figure that out. I might, if you see like weird editing changes and stuff like that, that's why this video will be the first one that's going to be not edited in Adobe, which is what I'm used to. So I'm hoping it's not too noticeable at least, but you know, stuff happens. I have one other video that's going to be recorded, or that's already recorded, that I'm going to post. That is going to be pre-birth. So again, timeline's a little crazy here, but anyways, just kind of keeping you guys updated. Uh-oh. Baby is up. So I still have all the places that you can follow me listed down below, where you could see more figures and my cosplay and stuff. I actually had made the decision to not use Instagram as often. I still check on it every now and then, but especially since I hadn't been posting, I just needed to kind of take a break. And then most importantly, there is the Discord down below that you should join, because I do chat. I've stayed active on Discord as much as I can. I like talking to everybody. And I've been posting stuff on TikTok. This stuff on TikTok's a little different. I'm not really like, you know, overlapping the content, because it's kind of hard to do. It's annoying, if I'm gonna be so honest, doing like horizontal videos to vertical videos. But I have made stuff and posted on TikTok. I don't know, maybe I'll become a mom content creator. But either way, there's lots of places. I appreciate you watching to the end of this video, because again, it's been a little while. Who knows when this is even going to get posted. It was 5 months to get this re-recorded. Maybe it's gonna be another 5 months for me to post it. Anyways, I hope you guys have had a great past couple months, and hopefully have just a great week. In a couple weeks probably, if we're gonna be really realistic. But I will see you guys all next time. Goodbye!